Do not forget to join the community, guys, by hitting that subscribe button and liking the video if you enjoyed the video. So I got some news to report. Jarrell Miller has said that the fight between himself and Anthony Joshua is about 80% done. It's an 80% done. So it looks like this fight's going to go ahead and actually happen. You know, there's been leaked conversations of, Anthony Joshua saying that his next fight's going to be across the pond. Jarrell Miller's coming out saying that it's 80% done. Eddie Hearn saying that, it's not confirmed yet, but it's basically the most likely fight that's going to happen. So all the clues are telling us that this fight's going to be done. And if Jarrell Miller's saying it's 80% done, then I have a big feeling very soon we're going to hear Eddie Hearn make the confirmation. So this is going to be Anthony Joshua's next title defense challenge against Jarrell Miller. AJ hasn't fought in 4 months since September. Jarrell Miller hasn't fought since November. And I think this is a fight that, it's going to happen apparently in Madison Square Garden, right? It's not confirmed, but apparently it's going to happen in Madison Square Garden. I think this is a fight, in my opinion, that just makes Anthony Joshua look good as a champion, because he's going to another guy's backyard. I know people love to call Jarrell Miller a bum. He's a hype job. He's nothing. He's this and that. The bottom line is Jarrell Miller is a young, unbeaten heavyweight who's a contender. He's not a guy who's fought absolutely no one. He's actually fought some, fighters that we know of, like Johan Duhaupas, like Jared Washington. Just like, how Adam Konecki just beat Washington. And you see how people are not talking about Adam Konecki because he's beating guys like Arthur Spilka, Washington. Adam Konecki is a contender. If Deontay Wilder were to defend his belt against Adam Konecki, if AJ were to defend his belt against Adam Konecki, I wouldn't have a problem with that, because that's a guy who's a contender, right? That's how I feel with Jarrell Miller. People want to make fun of him. They say, he's fat, he's overweight, blah, yada, yada, yada. I get it. He's overweight, he's this, I get it. But at the end of the day, he is a contender. And I do believe that he's going to come to bring the fight to Anthony Joshua. And I do believe that this fight is going to be more competitive than people think it is. And Deontay Wilder should take notes, to be honest with you, because Deontay Wilder never went out of his country to defend his belts. I would think that somebody would get knocked out in this fight just because their styles. I mean, Jarrell Miller is going to be in front of Anthony Joshua. That's going to give Anthony Joshua the opportunity to actually land his power punches on Jarrell Miller. The question is, how is Jarrell Miller going to take the punches? Or maybe not. Maybe Jarrell Miller has a hell of a chin, because I really don't know. In the heavyweight division, sometimes you fight guys that have really good chins. So maybe this might be the case for Anthony Joshua. Maybe it'll go the distance, and he won't be able to knock out Jarrell Miller. Or maybe no. Maybe he will be able to knock him out. That's why my big question is, can Jarrell Miller take Anthony Joshua's power punches? And like I said, I want to see what happens if Jarrell Miller can't take the power punches. I want to see what happens to Joshua if he has a guy in his face being aggressive, putting the pressure on him. Jarrell Miller calls Anthony Joshua a hype job. He says he's going to derail his hype train. Obviously Anthony Joshua's not a hype job, but obviously Jarrell Miller is fighting the guy, or at least looks, he's in the same division of him, so of course he's going to be talking shit about him. Obviously, people wanted to see Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua. People wanted to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. People wanted to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury rather than Jarrell Miller. But at the end of the day, I already told you guys, it wasn't Anthony Joshua's fault that Dillian Whyte turned it down. It wasn't Anthony Joshua's fault that the WBC ordered Tyson Fury to fight Deontay Wilder for a rematch. And Tyson Fury went around saying he deserved a 50-50 split. It wasn't Anthony Joshua's fault that Deontay Wilder had no interest in fighting him, only Tyson Fury next. So this was the best other option. What other guy was he supposed to fight? This is just facts. So anyway, guys, that's all to say. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for Ladies in Boxing, guys. Bye-bye.